Every man carries something he's never said out loud. The weight of expectations. The friendships that fell apart. The losses no one talks about. Today, he's finally saying it.
How you doing, guys? I've never done anything like this before, but I think it's an amazing space for men to come together and share their struggles and hopefully help support each other. I think it's a really important opportunity for young men in general, really, to have the space where we can just talk. For a lot of us, opening up, it ain't easy. I mean, all my mates, all of us, we struggle with that, and we worry that talking about our struggles will make us look weak, or we simply don't have the tools to express ourselves properly with people, and it can be hard. The pressures on men today are huge. We're expected to be fit, healthy, successful, spontaneous, socially good fathers, good husbands, strong providers. I mean, that list goes on, doesn't it? The world can be tough, and often, and most of the times it does. It feels like dog eat dog place where, help isn't always there when you need it. That's why I think this platform matters. It gives men the chance to get things off the chest without fear of judgment. Sometimes just talking, just get it out there, can make all the difference. I know this personally. I've had struggles in my own life. Many of them with, family, friends. I've had difficulties. Family members taking off me, and they end up not speaking to me anymore. Some blaming me. I've had friends that I thought I could trust, and they let me down. Lending people money, and they never paid me back. Or I've been into business with people that have, totally took the piss, let me down, taking them out of struggles and, trying to elevate them and support and help them. And, totally disrespected me and really let me down. So, them experiences, they really do leave their scars. But being let down by sort of family like that is tough. It's really hard to sort of talk about now. You sort of bottle it up, scruff it up, dust yourself down or whatever, and just let it go. But that's tough, and it's upsetting, and you carry that weight with you. Some of the coping mechanisms, that I've had ain't been healthy to cope with all that, at times. You tend to go into your shell, don't you? Drink a bit too much. You might go out and stay out a bit later because you just want to sort of escape some of the crap that you're dealing with. But yeah, it's it can get too much. And over recent years, I've more and more I've lost people to suicide. A couple of pals and some in my family, which has been difficult. Where they've had no way out and they've looked to. They've nowhere to turn, no one to talk to, and they've looked to do that, and they did, and then that leaves its scars, and just having a place like this where guys can go on and just talk, I think it's an amazing thing. People look at me and you probably see me, happy, buzzy, I'm buzzing about, and I get louder and that, but it doesn't mean that that's my personality, but bit of a coping mechanism for myself, to I get louder and look to stay upbeat, but behind all that, it still sits in my head, the reality that life is difficult. I'm raising 4 kids. Which ain't easy. 3 of them are girls, but it can be overwhelming at times. That can be difficult, trying to provide for them, keep them happy, and do right by them. Also married, and balancing being a good husband and everything else life throws at you. It can be difficult. But here's what I've learned, struggles are a part of life, and what matters is how you face them. Talking helps. Knowing that tomorrow can be better. It can. Just get it off your chest. You use the platform to let it out. Just get it out yourself. And choosing to stay positive. Bring energy, into the world. Get it off your chest and go out there and put that positive energy out there and try to make the best of what you got. That's what's got, it's got to keep you going. And that's why, Say It Lad. And perfect, isn't it? Say It Lad. I love that as well. And that's what it's all about. It's a great platform. And it's all about giving men a place to speak freely, to be heard, and to support each other, We can all support each other because we're all going through the same challenges. But yeah, that's me. But yeah, obviously love and hope to everyone. And, come on, boys.
He said what most men never find the words for. You don't have to carry it alone. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to say it. This is a space built for moments like this. No judgment. No pressure. Just men being honest with each other. What would you say if you knew someone was actually listening?